you understand, because I don't forget things. I don't forget. Our country.
So just to be clear on this, Mr. Trump, you're okay with the president nominating somebody?
I think he's going to do it, whether I'm okay with it or not. I think it's up to Mitch McConnell and everybody else to stop it. It's called delay, delay, delay.
Thing you said in 2008 about judicial vacancies. Here it is.
Our Democratic colleagues continually talk about the so-called Thurman rule, under which the Senate supposedly stops confirming judges in a presidential election year. It's a seeming obsession with this rule that doesn't exist. It's just an excuse for our colleagues to run out the clock on qualified nominees who are waiting to fill badly needed vacancies.
Now, Senator McConnell, I started my interview with Harry Reid with a similar quote from him back during the Bush years, too. Essentially, you guys have changed places in your position on Supreme Court vacancies, and it seems to me the only difference is the political party affiliation of the White House.
Well, there was no Supreme Court vacancy in 2008, and that's what we're talking about here, Chuck. You have to go back 80 years to find the last time a vacancy on the Supreme Court created during a presidential election year was filled. You have to go back to Grover Cleveland in 1888 to find the last time a presidential appointment was confirmed by a Senate of the opposite party when the vacancy occurred in a presidential year. We're talking about the Supreme Court here. The election is underway, and what we are using is the Biden rule. In 1992, when Joe Biden was chairman of the Judiciary Committee, he made the point that a vacancy, had it occurred in 1992, would not be filled. As senators, it leaves us with a choice. Will we allow the people to continue deciding who will nominate the next justice, or will we empower a lame duck president to make that decision on his way out the door instead? Presidents have a right to nominate, just as the Senate has its constitutional right to provide or withhold consent. In this case, the Senate will withhold it. The Senate will appropriately revisit the matter after the American people finish making in November the decision they've already started making today.
Senator Collins said she'd like to see the next president be the one to nominate a Supreme Court justice. What's your reaction?
Who said that?
Senator Collins, Susan
Well,
Collins.
I totally disagree with her. We have an obligation. We won, and we have an obligation as the winners to pick who we want. That's not the next president. Hopefully I'll be the next president. But we're here now. Right now we're here. And we have an obligation to the voters, all of the people, the millions of people that put us here in the form of a victory. We have an obligation to them, to all of those voters. And it's a very simple thing. So I would disagree. If that's what she said, that's not the way I read it. I read it differently. But
I know what her last fervent wish was, that she not be replaced until a new president is installed. And that is how we should honor the legacy of this totally remarkable, courageous jurist, and that is to honor her last words, that she not be replaced until a new president is installed.